Hey, everybody, what's up? It's Brandon Barnes, and welcome to the Life Unfiltered podcast. Here with my co-host, my beautiful wife, Maggie Barnes.
What's up?
Man, can you believe it?
Buttercup.
Episode 3? What'd you just do?
Oh, I thought I unplugged myself. I can't figure out these headphones.
Did
It's
you
fine.
say? I thought you dropped the F word like 3 seconds in.
No, I said I think I said the S word.
Okay, that one's fine. Yeah.
How is that one fine?
So I don't understand any of it. I don't know.
Okay.
But I will say that we're gonna try to put the bloopers on from earlier, about 3 seconds before we hit record. Watching her with headphones.
I mean, I don't know how to do this. There's a lot of moving pieces to this fancy board. Can you see it on the thing?
They can see, they can see buttons and stuff.
All this stuff.
So this is where you can play music.
And I asked you how to turn on the headphones, and you told me to click this button, and I did. And what I virtually did was turn them off.
Yeah, because you never turned them off from the last time you recorded. Most people, when they're done,
took them off. Like, I'm done.
We need an IT or tech person to like make sure things are turned off when they're done.
This is just a different world. I'm used to computers. I'm not used to audio mix boards, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I can hear myself and I can hear you.
Can you hear it on both headphones?
Yes.
Was that loud?
A little bit.
Okay, so then you adjust here. If it's a little loud, you just adjust there.
All right.
So
apparently I was blasted myself to a different planet once I turned that on.
Oh, that was funny. So, shout out to our sponsor, Barnes Laser Works. Our cups are
unpaid sponsor still.
Yeah, he's our unpaid. You know,
all right.
Give him some.
I think he'll always be an unpaid sponsor. I don't think I could take money from your dad.
He'll be at the farmers market in Goose Creek on Saturday selling a whole bunch of wood stuff.
Oh, really?
Let's see if he actually listens to the
adorable.
podcast. Yeah. So he'll be Saturday, Goose Creek. The podcast will be out the day before, so you don't have a lot of time. But if you're looking for some wood or some metal engraving, he will be at the Goose Creek farmers market.
I didn't even know they had one.
Apparently.
Or is that the Ladson?
No,
that's a flea ground. That's a flea market.
Ladson's the flea market. Goose Creek is apparently they're very disorganized.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he vented to me yesterday about how the lady just won't return his call to approve him to be in the.
I think he can just show up.
he's like, what do I have to be approved for?
You should just dress like Santa and show up.
That's right. Santa, the laser works. So anyways, that's a minute and a half of sponsorship. So you can send the check to our house, please.
Yeah, we'll take it. We have a lot of bills.
Anyways, I'm back from West Palm. Last week was a little hectic. Mm-hmm. It's always different when one person travels versus both. Because in both, we just ship them off to a grandparent.
Yep.
And let them deal with the headache of it. But when we travel,
they're not a headache. They're just a lot.
They're not a headache. They can be relentless at times.
Yes.
And when we say we mean our kids. Just
and the cats.
And
the cats are quite relentless. And so is Enzo. They all are.
Yeah. So, anyways, I came back from West Palm last week. Great time down there. I flew down for business coaching, mastermind. We've been part of the group for a little over 2 years now. It's crazy to say that. But we were talking about before we hit record, kind of what it's like being a single parent while the other one travels. Mm-hmm. And because you have all the responsibilities in the morning, you have all the responsibilities in the evening, and you have your career in between those two.
Yeah, it's a lot of scheduling that has to happen. I was trying to think about what happened last week, and I was like, I think I blacked out because I don't remember any of it.
Or
and I think that happens.
Drank a bunch of vodka at night.
No, I don't drink during the week. I don't really drink.
I
think about it.
We don't.
Not anymore, at least. I forgot what I was going to say.
You blacked out?
Yeah. Sometimes I think you get so busy, you just go through the motions of everything because it's survival of the fittest. Feast or famine when it comes to just running the whole ship by yourself.
And you love it because you're such a morning person too.
Oh yeah, it's so great. So much fun.
And we have to have our kids. So like this morning I dropped them off at school and we left our house at 6:55 a.m. And it took me 20 minutes to get to school and back. And I can walk there in 8 minutes, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And it's just a little cold for walking this morning. But if I leave at 6:45, it takes 5 minutes round trip.
Yeah.
Whole thing. And so
I still don't really understand why it has to be like that. If everyone just followed the stop sign rule, like take your turns, we would get out in and out, but they don't. Somebody always is like, I'm going to go. Or someone just sits there and wasn't paying attention that it was their turn.
Yeah.
Like, just pay attention. It's like once you get up close enough, look at the pattern, and then you can get in and out.
People don't pay attention. It's early. People need coffee now. Like, I don't, they're like, I can't function without my coffee in the morning. I couldn't imagine being that kind of person.
No. I just wake up with existential dread and just go from that. That's my motivation. Is, will I have money to eat? I make up stories in my mind. I have full anxiety is what launches me out of bed.
Anxiety, not just the excitement to just wake up.
No, just the generalized, like, if I don't get going, the world's going to crumble around me. Yeah. It's super healthy. I'm trying to decide whether that one or caffeine dependence is better. I think they're probably pretty similar.
At least you can function once you're awake, though. Like, caffeine people need caffeine people. So for my Friday breakfast crew that I have breakfast with, like, they all need coffee in the morning or love coffee.
Really?
They talk about how much they love coffee.
It's okay. Like, it's all right. I give it like a 7. I don't know. To me, it's almost like a liquid laxative. So for those people, I'm worried for them because are you I have to think about where I'm going to be after I drink coffee. Like, I can't just be like those people who drink in their car and then they have an hour commute. Because there's people going from Somerville to downtown Charleston all the time. I'm like, I would shit my pants. Like, there's no earthly way that I would be able to have this little baby thing of coffee and then go sit in the car for an hour. There's no way.
I don't think that's everybody, Maggie.
It's a laxative though. Like, or a diuretic. Or both. I
know that, but I don't think just a cup of coffee just like clears you out.
I don't know. I feel like that's a survey question. You poll people because I've been that way my whole life.
How about leave your comments in the
or at
YouTube?
Least since I was old enough to drink coffee.
Does coffee clear you out? Because it doesn't me. No.
Really?
Just normal. Yeah.
Oh no.
Life's normal.
It's like it wakes up my digestive system, and they're like, "Let's go." Yeah. I don't know how those people do it. I think about it. I've sat in traffic before and watched somebody be drinking like out of a thermos, thinking like, is that all coffee? Firstly, I'd have a heart attack. Way too much caffeine. I think didn't we have a previous assistant that lived off of coffee? So that should be a sign. We should put that in part of the job description, like or part of like the test. Do you find yourself dependent upon caffeine? And if they're like, yeah, absolutely, I'm like,
yeah, because can't hire them. That means mornings are tough.
Yeah.
Because we like mornings, and I feel like mornings are better without caffeine.
You like mornings. I tolerate them. And I see that they are significant in my life. But when the day comes that we retire, I am sleeping until 10. I will revert back to that. I absolutely promise you.
I remember my grandparents, when they got older, I'd like come over and be like, hey, when'd you guys wake up? And be like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, because like, why?
I think they would wake up like 5 a.m. and realize that they had nothing to do. And they would just go back to sleep.
I think I will always have something to do because I'll always have like an art project or something to do. Like, I see myself with a big ass garden because I want one now. So like, why wouldn't I want one later?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I would always have something to do. Like, I would make myself busy with something.
That seems accurate.
Yeah.
While I'm playing golf.
Yeah, you'll be gone because I'll wake up at 10 and you'll already be at one of the holes. And I'll be like, okay.
That's right. I'll be at the country club.
I'll probably go meet Shauna somewhere for brunch at like 11, like a normal human.
Well, it's just not. We're not going to wait till we're old to have this life, though.
I mean, I think I'm going to be one of those people who also feels young.
We have to do it by the time. So
50.
let's see. No, let's see. Genevieve's 5. So 13 years. So in 13 years, you'll be 40. Do you want me to say it on air?
That's fine. I don't care.
Okay, 48.
Jesus.
49 by the time she's done with school. Because she graduates in May or June.
I will have
and
at
your
least had
birthday's
my
in May,
first
June.
facelift by then.
Yeah, so you'll be 49. I'll be 50. Right at 50. Right?
So we're going to have a big party for like both around those times for your 50th and her graduation.
Yeah, so that's it. That's our time to sleep. So you have 13 years to set your life up so that you can sleep until 10:30 in the morning. 2 in the morning. That's it.
amazing. And I'm not a person who goes to bed though, like at 9 and sleeps all the way to 10:30. I'm a person who at this time will likely go to bed at like 2 a.m. and then wake up at 10:30. I would love that.
To go to bed at 9.
That's my vibe. Like I love that. I won't be able to go to bed at 9, especially in the summertime here. Like the sun sets at 8. What do you want me to do? Go to bed?
That is true.
It's insane.
That is true.
I just like I don't know. I like that schedule better. What was that book that we read? It was like The Power of When.
Power of When.
That was it. And I was a dolphin.
You got it from a Tony Robbins conference. Yeah.
It was kind of cool though.
You were the record. It's a great book if you want to learn. I've also heard some things that like some of that's made up, and I think some of it is potentially, but I think there's some characteristics to it because I definitely, when I see some of my friends who would be considered, I think, wolves, which are the people who are like hard charging 4 a.m. type people.
Yeah.
Like that's them, pretty comfortably. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's all about how much sleep you get versus what time, and you just learn to sleep during those times.
Well, it's quality too. Quality of sleep, because mine recently has been like 6 hour during the week, and then I get my like 8.5 on the 2 days of the weekend, which is not great, but my REM sleep is always quite wild, like because I have wild dreams.
You get more REM sleep than some people get sleep in a night.
Yeah, my body just is like, go to sleep. Like it goes, the power off sound, like boom.
Yeah,
like everything shuts down, which is crazy for a person who's a light sleeper, because if I hear a pin drop, I'm sitting up. So I guess my ability to pop in and out of REM is my superpower.
Yeah,
that's it. So when anybody asks me that at the next conference or anything, it's that I have a keen ability to go into a very deep sleep and then wake up to nothing
and go back to deep sleep immediately afterwards. So, all right. Anyways, that's our funny rant tangent thing for the morning. Yeah. And we're doing this podcast early in the morning too, which I'm proud of you. Like people don't know, you have no clue what time we're recording, but for Maggie,
what time is it? Like 8?
It's 8 o'clock. That means we had to start.
My other superpower, ready. I know what time it is.
She had to start, get ready, and for being on time, like.
Well, also because I have a packed day, so my entire week is kind of psychotic.
Yeah, you have what? You have a couple. You're starting a new Airbnb. You're refreshing an Airbnb, and then a couple stages. Yeah,
yesterday was the most packed day. I finished one stage. Actually, I finished 2 stages. 2 quite. I guess I would call them full stages.
Okay.
And then I had to.
And for those of you that may not know what staging is.
Oh yeah.
That is basically where Maggie goes into a preferably empty house.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Sometimes you deal with owners and their own stuff, but they've been pretty good so far that you've dealt
Rarely.
with. Yeah. If they have dogs, they're going to pee on your
or
stuff.
Cats.
Or cats.
All of your stuff's going to get ruined.
But anyways, so staging, basically Maggie takes furniture into a house and then sets up the house to be ready for photos. And the idea for it in real estate is people like me who don't have vision in the sense of like being able to look at things on a wall and say, hey, a couch will fit here, a bed will fit here. Where's this room going to be?
Which is 90% of
correct
the population.
And that's what you have to understand for staging is like most people can't really visualize. They think they can, but they can't. And so what you're doing is basically you're putting art where maybe a TV would go. You're putting couches and beds so that people can see space and proximity to their home. And that's really what it is. And then I say it's not really what it is. The most important thing are the photos to get people in the home.
Right.
And then once they get in the home, you want them to be able to see the layout of the house. Yeah, especially the funkier the house, the more important staging is. But that's what it is.
Yeah. It makes it more marketable, especially for the agent and the sellers to be able to showcase their home the best way possible. And that is typically with staging furniture. Because like even in our own personal home, like we have a huge sectional in our living room. If we were selling our house, I'd take it out and put 2 smaller couches because that's the way we prefer to use the space because it makes the most sense because we like to snuggle on a couch. However, it does make the room feel smaller.
It does,
I would assume that it would photograph smaller. So yeah, it's like little tidbits like that we use that I help with already occupied homes. Yeah. But for the most part, vacant staging is my favorite because I can go in and out quickly and then I don't have to worry about somebody's dog or cat.
Or smells.
Smells or people's opinions. That's the biggest one. It's like, are you sure that would go? I'm like, I don't go to your job, Becky, at the bank and tell you how to do stuff. So please leave. Let me do what I need to do.
Don't you wish you could say that to him?
Hired me for a reason. I mean, I kind of say it.
Oh. And then
perks of being a business owner.
And then essentially they get the furniture for up to 60 days.
Yeah.
And hopefully it sells. And you've staged, well over 100 homes at this point, I would think.
Oh, I think I'm in like the 250 range at this point.
You're that many?
Oh, yeah.
And
because
you've been doing it 2.5 years, I guess.
I usually average about 80 homes a year. So
and so some perspective, I'm pretty sure every single one of those homes has sold. I don't think any of them have been truly canceled and never.
No, I don't think I have one of those. No,
I think and which is a sign, A, the person selling it did a good job selling it, and B, a stage property is going to help you sell. So for those of you looking to sell your homes, even if you think your stuff's good, what you have to understand is like, you're not here for you. Nobody cares about you in this particular moment in selling a home. Like, nobody wants to see pictures of your kids.
Nope.
Nobody wants to see
dog bowls.
They don't, none of that.
Cat bowls and your crowded countertops. Because there are people in this world, one of which is sitting to my right, who wants all of the appliances out on the countertop at all times.
That's because it makes it more functional.
It does not. It does not.
Aesthetically, it's terrible. It makes it more functional.
It's horrible.
So next kitchen, hiding all that stuff. Cool. Got it.
Yes.
But anyways, selling your home is not about you. It is 100% about the buyers.
Yeah.
100%.
Plus, staging is fun in itself because you get to kind of help decorate a space and then see the...
Or undecorate some people's spaces.
Yeah, take it down a notch. But for the most part, the photos always come out so much better and people can see the space when they're shopping on Zillow or whatever, Redfin or whatever these things are, Trulia.
Yeah.
And view the fixtures and they're like, oh, well, I have a couch like that. Or, well, if that couch fits ours that we have right now, definitely will. And maybe we'll have to go furniture shopping after we close. Like, people start being able to envision themselves in spaces, especially like the one we have under contract now that has kind of like all these extraneous rooms that are like, well, what do you use that for? What do you use that for? Well, we've staged them to be like either an extra living room or an extra office. And there's so many people working from home now. There's one particular couple, both work from home and they need 2 office spaces. Because I mean, trying to share an office with your spouse is already difficult. And if you got one on the phone all the time, who is loud, got the other one who's on the computer. I don't prefer an office. My office is the couch or the island, or in here sometimes. But you like an office.
Yeah,
I'm fine for you to have it. But yeah, it's fun. I've had a good time with it still so far. I'm looking forward to when I can put some cash into getting some more updated inventory. That's the side of staging people don't really talk about, is this furniture is constantly moving, and so it gets banged up and dirty, and you can do anything you want. You can do everything possible to try and keep things from getting broken or stained or whatever. It's impossible. Like, it just is. You have to think about it. Like, all the kids are basically 7-year-old movers and they are eating candy and stuff's going to get sticky and weird. People sit on stuff all the time. Because, they're walking around the house.
The kids are basically 7-year-old movers?
Yeah.
Like, the movers are basically 7-year-old kids?
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, you're having kids move your...
I mean, I would. They'd probably be cheaper labor. But
stuff gets,
stuff gets weird really fast.
People sit in the furniture.
Yep.
Repair denims. Contractors like to stand in the furniture.
Yes, they love a chair. They love a chair.
Get broken chairs.
I'm like, ew.
And so that's part of it, is like, it's, there's a cost to it. And then as you build your business, just like any business, you reinvest and make things better. So you get higher quality couches, higher quality things that look better and, appeal more. Now the price point in Charleston is skyrocketing.
Yeah. With trends always changing, it's super interesting. Like, everything has gone still more of this like warm, neutral way. But color still pops really well in photographs when it comes to staging.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like having a good mix of the two is really good. Because I try my best, especially with all my vacant stages are typically flipped properties, to match the aesthetic that the investor has chosen.
Yeah.
So like if they've done all brass, like I'll do all brass decor and like little knickknacks and things like that, just to kind of bring out the fact that they chose that.
I think the best house that we've really ever done with pop of color, at least the picture that gets me, was 102 Westminster. And I don't know if I was looking at your portfolio on your website or I don't remember where the picture came across. It was recently. And it was a picture of the fireplace. It was like a really cool green fireplace.
I need to look back through the design scope and see what color that was, because I was ahead of the time, because that is one of the trending colors and has been for a couple years now, is like all of those greens that are kind of like blue green, sea foamy, like they kind of change and flux depending on what other accents are happening in the room and what the light is like. But I need to figure out what that green is.
It's really
really
cool.
Pretty.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, I might can edit the photo in.
Oh, and like add it, like
just like
this is the color.
Just like here it is. I'll see if I can find it. It was cool. It's a house we did
somewhere in the design scope.
It's a house we sold last year, year and a half ago, something like that.
I think it was in 2022.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So
I think we're dating ourselves.
But yeah, so then you got a redesign with a past client.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, and it goes back to color, because this first one that I did. This is the first house we did together, and the wives had input. No disrespect to the wives, I'm also a wife. I want my input if somebody's decorating my house. But we went with like a Studio McGee, very neutral. Some odes to like restoration hardware. So I think like a lot of cream, a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of grays, all kind of neutral tones. And it really gave it a really pretty airy feel. And it still is a very pretty interior. And they get a lot of compliments on Airbnb. However, the second one they let me go for it.
The wives?
The wives and the husbands.
The wives and the husbands.
They're like, oh, well, she got our first theme. Let's let her do her thing. So it's almost like they're like, oh, she knows what she's doing, so we'll let her do the second one.
Got it.
And I was like, okay, well, we're going to do like a Y2K disco theme. This was a disco closet house where we had this huge closet that made no sense in an Airbnb.
Yep.
Massive walk-in, like probably a little bit smaller than this room. We made it into a disco room with a lights and karaoke machine, the whole thing. And so that theme carried throughout the whole house, and was like a Y2K, like pops of color, surrealist art, like very colorful. I mean, everything was colorful. The couches were this really dope olivey green. There's, blue chairs. Like, it was very intense.
They didn't like the pink.
They didn't like the pink
record player.
Yeah.
That was too much. That was really
too much,
blind.
apparently. So switched it out for a green one. But again, there are some people who assign femininity still to pink and feel like it's only for girls, but they'll
You'd be surprised how much people give me still.
Yeah.
Like how much pink
it's just pink, bro.
Yeah.
It's a color. Like, calm down. All colors are for everyone. Chill. Anyway, so the long end of that is that one particular Airbnb is outperforming about 80 other properties within this portfolio. And it's killing its counterpart, which is the neutral house that they're
both in the same townhome complex.
Correct. And so they are each other's comp. One has one more bedroom than the other, and the layout's a little different, but not by a lot. The biggest difference is the design. And so it's almost like they curse themselves being their own competition and being two different types of themes. But I guess it was driving them nuts that one was really crushing the other one. And so they were like, well, we need you to come back in and like bring more color.
And so that's what you're doing right now. You're doing some accent walls and some color and stuff like that.
Yeah, but what I wanted to do in the first place.
But what's even funnier about it though, and this is the investor mindset. I'll come from it from my side, more of the investor. She's the design, even though she has the same thought, is even though they have proof of concept of a house performing better. Yeah, it has an extra bedroom, but they're both good homes. And like, if you balance it out, it's still performing better. And they're hiring her again to do what she tried to do the first time. They still didn't give her free reign.
Right.
They still
edited it the second time, and I was like,
Well, not just edit it. They still, like you told them, hey, we need like another $500 to $1,000 to fully accomplish the whole what you're going for.
Yeah.
And again, they're like, no, we're good, but we want to stop here. Which, as an investor, like you have to understand. We look at things from a flipping side, and I'm sure it does the same in Airbnb. Is there's an ROI, there's a monetary ROI, like what's going to make me a 3x, 4x, 5x return on my money. If I spend this 500, will it make me 1,500, $2,000, $3,000, whatever. But then there's also a marketing ROI that you can't quantitate, make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's how fast people will pull the trigger on stuff. And that's where some of the design stuff, she may spend an extra $1,500, $2,000 in a house with upgrades that I think are pointless. But what it does is it gets more people in the home, generally gets the offer faster, and it appeals to more people. And so that $1,500 maybe saved you 5 days on the market.
Right.
And at $200 a day in mortgage, 5 days on the market is $1,000.
Yeah.
So it ends up saving money that way.
Right.
So that's the other side.
Ends up paying for itself. And I think it's like a stubbornness. I think it's people wanting to feel in control of something. And it could be budget, but I don't think it's budget with these particular clients. I think it's a control thing, but it's fine. I mean, it's going to be another I told you so moment for me. So that'll be somewhat gratifying. But what's really gratifying for me is to be able to do something the way I want to do it the first time and watch it be successful and just let me do my job.
How's the rock and roll one doing?
I'm not sure. The photos look amazing. I need to reach out to one of the property managers and see how the booking has been going. But if the photos are any indication, they've got to be crushing it already.
Cool.
It's super cool.
All right.
That was another favorite of mine.
And so then, and again, full rain. It did go over budget.
By a lot.
No, it did not go over budget by a lot.
Well, it feels like a lot to me.
Yeah, it was like 10% over budget.
The other thing is that the beginning budget was not realistic.
Correct.
And most people don't understand. It costs you $30,000 to fill a home now. I'm just saying that now.
A 4-bedroom, 3 or 4 bed. It's
$30,000.
Because when you walk that home, when you talk about what it was, and this is a tangent, I guess, to steer off of, but yeah, when you walk that home, like it doesn't feel overly packed. Like it really, like I feel like there's even more spots to spend a little bit more money.
For sure. I really want to do a disco man, like a whole statue that's like a mannequin that's made out of disco mirror.
Yeah.
They're so cool. They sell them on Etsy. They're so expensive.
All right. And so.
But it would be cool in there.
It would be.
It would work with the whole theme. But again, yeah, people just let me do what I want to do.
All right. And so then you're starting a new one. Thursday is your install day, which is always exciting.
Yeah, this one's cool. This one's also a theme.
Again, it's in the same. Themes. She's starting to compete against herself.
Yes, and it's in the multiple. Same. I have multiple in the Mixon area. So if you're looking for an Airbnb in Charleston, check out Park Circle in Mixon because there are some really cool properties in there that have themes and like fun games and all kinds of stuff. But this one's really neat because the owner, this is his first Airbnb. He has kind of like a dream to have several properties, which is really great. He's a veteran. So if you're a veteran, you need to take advantage of those VA loans and like you can really move the needle on your investing if you utilize those loans the correct way. Because
basically
every 265 days you can buy a new property.
Yeah. So he's taking his primary, turning it to Airbnb, and has already bought a new one?
Yeah. Yeah. And he downsized. It was crazy because it was just him and his daughter. And these townhomes are huge. They're like 2,600 square feet.
3 stories.
3 levels.
Yeah.
They're massive. He didn't need all that space anyways, but they make an amazing Airbnb because specifically these 4.5s, everybody has their own bathroom, which is so dope when you're going with a whole bunch of friends or groups.
And you can kind of subdivide the house. Like you could technically put somebody downstairs just away from everybody. Or
I call that like the grandparent rooms. They don't have to do the stairs all the time.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're starting him.
Yeah, we're starting. VA. We install either Thursday, Friday. And he has this super cool, very large painting that he got from another veteran who was a disabled veteran from like a charity. And the style is Picasso. Like it looks like a Picasso-like modern painting, lots of primary colors, and it's huge. And he wanted to leave it in the space. And I was like, well, we can build a whole house around this. Like we'll just have a Picasso-themed Airbnb, and we'll do a lot of primary colors and we're doing a feature wall in almost every bedroom to kind of bring in that Picasso-y art vibe. And then I had an idea yesterday because there's no activity in this space. I try to do an activity in every house.
Yeah.
We're going to take one of the thin kitchen walls and just do chalkboard paint and leave chalk paint, and people can make their own Picasso kind of thing, especially for kids. That's kind of fun. All the other, there are activities in the sense that there's ping pong and
chalk paint. So but it's not paint that can get all over the rest of the house, or
no, it's washable.
Okay.
Washable paint. Like sometimes the chalk, it makes a less of a mess than actual chalk.
Oh, okay, cool.
Somehow, like chalk markers, chalk paint.
I think chalkboard walls are cool.
It's fun for kids. It's fun for adults. Like just mess around.
It's fun for artistic people.
Yeah, I would doodle on there all day. But the idea is that there's always something to do.
Yep.
And all the other houses have like the temporary tattoo studio. They have the disco closet to dance in.
Well, and like again, Charleston's a very travelable city. Like people are usually, but again, rainy days.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get sick like that. You have to think about.
Well, you're thinking about like if I always think of these ones, they're great for traveling with families. They are great for bachelorettes. They're great because they have those at their own bathrooms, and it's the level, so you can shove the kids all the way to the third floor.
Yeah.
And they can play games, and like the other one we had a game room with a shuffleboard. Like, so there has to always be an activity in these spaces, no matter how big or small, because it's just another thing for them to give a 5-star review about.
Yep.
But yeah, this one will be really cool. I'm excited about it. The other one that I did that was artist themed was a Banksy house, and it is in not your most ideal space in North Charleston if you're choosing out of all of the rentals. However, it is performing extremely well. It's a 2-1.
Yeah.
It's a little, up and coming place.
It's Dorchester Terrace.
Dorchester Terrace. It's not, it's not Park Circle, but it's close. And it's gotten raving reviews because the interior is adorable. So again, design matters. Don't fight me because you will lose.
3.5 years into it, I can't fight her anymore. So,
oh, you try.
I do.
Do we really need this? I'm like, yes.
I do.
You asking me?
I do.
Know the answer.
Speaking of really needing things, about calories. Calories. You need calories.
Oh, I mean,
and we're gonna try something that we think may or may not be funny. On
this
camera.
thing. I was so
hold
confused.
on. Not yet. Okay. So, anyways, health is a big focus in our house, and we always are battling it. And for me, my big goal right now is just protein. Like hitting my protein goal every day. Protein.
Oh man,
it is.
What a white man thing to say. My big goal right now is
for food. Like I'm not trying to worry myself too much about calories and crazy ingredients. I eat fairly clean, but if I gotta get the protein, I gotta get the protein. So, anyways, I'm on this hunt to find a good protein bar.
There are none.
They're okay. I'm not a big candy person. Again, it's something simple. It can be in my car. It can be 15 to 20 grams of protein.
Maybe that's my problem, is because I do like sweet stuff, and they're always, what's the word, marketed as dessert. And I'm like, why? Why? Just say it's
a protein bar.
So just be like, it might taste like chocolate, but it's probably going to taste like dirt. Like, be honest. Be honest with your marketing. Then I might be like, all right.
It is hilarious to have Maggie try things, especially live. So let's see. This one we have is Barbell.
I don't
know. Here it is. I don't know if that'll pick it or not. Cookies and cream. So
I'm already going to hate it.
20 grams of protein, no added sugar.
It reminds me of, remember when Hershey's, do they still have the Hershey's cookies and cream bars?
I don't know.
I remember when those came out, and I was like, why does this taste so bad?
But anyways, these came from my trainer. And again, it's not the best protein, but again, it is. So we're going to see we're going to let Maggie rate it. And so basically, we
really need to find the one that you made me try in the car when the train was going by.
Don't spoil it.
I already don't like this. So firstly, it looks like there's rabbit poo stuck to it. It's very textured. I don't know.
You gotta hold
be
it.
able to see it.
You gotta hold, I don't know. I can zoom in.
It looks like rabbit poo. I don't know why it looks like that, but it does. I guess those are the crunchies.
Yeah, but it might be good.
I don't like it. It has like a really weird center. Why is it like that in the middle?
I don't know.
It's so bad.
It's just good.
It's so bad.
So we're on a quest. It's fine. Yes, I'll eat the protein bar later. But we're on a quest.
It has like a horrible aftertaste.
We're on a quest to see if we can find Maggie a protein bar that doesn't taste like Judy butter. According to her, I think they're delicious. I think those are amazing. So if you could leave in your comments below or send us a message. Is there a protein bar that you prefer? Is there one that doesn't taste?
I'm trying to recover. It's a texture thing for me too. I wasn't expecting for it to be so gooey on the inside. I thought it was going to be hard like that other one that was so bad. I don't even know. Like we could start like a rating system for these. They're just
Maggie's rating. What would you rate that?
like
So
like
so the YouTubers don't go by numbers.
okay.
I'm just how they do.
Letters.
They do. So they use F and then D, C, B, A.
Okay, well that gives me
then,
PTSD from school, so I'm not going to do that.
And then S is their top tier.
S.
I don't know. So if you watch like the people that rate different restaurants.
Okay, well I'm going to give it a D for disgusting. D. How about that?
All right. So
I don't know.
Our bear
and on a number from like 1 to 10, I'll give it a 2. Because if I was stranded on an island and it was like, yo, you're going to die,
yeah,
I would eat it, but I wouldn't have fun doing it.
It just to give you guys some context. This isn't like a normal person's too. This is a Maggie's too.
It's super gross.
It's not.
Ugh.
Anyways, so Bear Bell, if you see that out there, if you guys got something different, we can try. All right.
I mean, I'll try all the things, I guess. Maybe there is one out there that's pretty
We're gonna find one. We have.
I think I need to be more prepared for things like this.
You don't need to be prepared at all. It's supposed to be a blind.
Like I need somebody to tell me though the texture of that because I just really was expecting it to be hard, and it was not hard.
That takes all the fun out of it being blind test.
But then my brain is expecting something different.
Your brain is already kind of.
I don't like the way it looks either.
You've already eaten this protein bar. You took a bite of it like 2 weeks ago.
When?
Yeah, when my trainer gave me one.
And did I tell you it was gross then?
No, you actually liked it.
Oh, did I?
I don't know if it was a different flavor though.
Oh, it probably was.
It didn't have the.
I don't particularly like anything cookies and cream unless it's from Baskin Robbins.
Okay, so that could be it. Maybe it could be like a flavor thing.
Cookies and cream.
So what is a flavor that we need to stick to?
Like for a protein bar?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you don't like peanut butter, and peanut butter is a big thing in them. So I'll be on the hunt for specific protein bars.
Yeah, I think the only thing I like peanut butter would be Reese's, and I don't even like the regular cups. I like the little miniature ones.
I don't think Reese's makes a protein bar.
That sounds like a miss. Sounds like a miss.
What chocolate's in Reese's though? Is that like milk chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay,
so milk chocolate.
Milk
yeah,
chocolate.
I don't like dark chocolate.
Okay.
Which is basically like black coffee to me. It's like why? Why? What we're saying is that I'm addicted to sugar, and then these things I don't like that they market themselves as dessert.
Are you going to try to go sugar-free February 1st?
No, I don't want to. So I think I'm going to do something different. I think I'm going to do, I am going to do something. I just don't know what yet.
Got it.
It's not going to be that though.
You have 2 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, February 1st is Thursday.
I'm just happy January is finally coming to an end. This is the longest month of the year. There's so many days.
31.
Jeez.
There's 31 and I think 6 other
What
months,
was that meme
7
that was
other
like
months?
January's going to make you feel all 31 of her days, and they are right.
I haven't seen that. No.
Okay. Well, what grocery store did you get that from?
That was from Walmart. I don't know where to get that. I just found it at Walmart, but it was on it looked like we're getting rid of it shelf.
Shocked. So shocked about that.
Yeah, it was
No
there.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
I just like the brand. It was good. Anyways.
Actually, it is good branding. I like the barbell type thing. That's smart, and it gives you kind of like that old soda pop store vibe. So they're trying, but again, stop marketing things as dessert.
We're gonna try different flavors. So stay tuned next week to a new bar. I already have it picked
It'll
out.
It'll be our segment.
Yeah, it'll be our
protein bar segment.
Yeah, protein bar segment.
Watch me vomit almost.
See if they have 52 different protein bars. We won't make 52 episodes this year, but probably do seasons. I don't know. Maybe we do. Huh?
What? There's 52 weeks in a year, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do. Okay.
All right.
I will finish the protein bar when I'm off of my fast.
Okay.
So I'm 36 hours into my fast of 96 hours.
I would pass out and die.
So
I would stab everyone. There's no way.
Some black coffee, some water. That's it for 96 hours. That's 4 days for those of you
I think I would die of dehydration.
You would not die of dehydration.
Because of how much the coffee makes me poo.
I'm not just drinking coffee all day.
You just said coffee and water.
I drink a cup of coffee a day.
Got it.
So this is my cup of coffee that I will have today. And it's really just 2 shots of espresso and hot water. It's not really even.
You're a freak.
But.
So thinking of the grocery store, I went to the grocery store this week.
Today,
not today.
This week. You got up early.
I went this Sunday, and it was an event. I have not
never mind, go ahead, yeah.
No, you go.
I was going to say, just so you understand, she doesn't go to the grocery store.
I do not. I have not been to a grocery store to grocery shop, like, in the means of, like, going and getting something more than just, like, 1 or 2 things in eons. Like, I couldn't tell you when.
Why?
Because you go.
Because I love grocery shopping.
And the other thing is that we get stuff delivered. Like, what's it, Walmart delivery?
We don't get stuff delivered.
I get stuff delivered. Well,
that's one thing she does when I go out of town. When I go out of town,
grocery shop,
because I cook.
You get like 5 things.
Because I cook.
Okay, and our children are like, "Where's the applesauce? Where's my cheese?
There's always applesauce. There's always cheese.
Where's my yogurt?
There's always that stuff.
No,
always.
It was
100%.
missing last week, and so when I took Penelope, when we went to the doctor because she had strep. Oh, that's another thing while you were gone. Yeah, our child got strep.
They always get sick.
They always get sick. It's like their dad has a flight plan and the pilot calls into her cells and then like, guess what, guys? Fuck it up. You're sick now. Be ill, throw up, vomit, have an ear infection. It's always insane.
And they always get sick the night, like before I leave. Yeah. Like you can see it coming.
Like, awesome. Great. Have a great trip. Have fun being by yourself.
I always feel so
I know
guilty.
all these kids are like sneezing in my throat. It's disgusting.
So anyways, I grocery shop, and I'm a bare grocery shopper. Like I get like the minimal stuff because I cook.
Which means you're not getting anything.
I cook and I use it.
Okay.
She throws stuff away.
You're cooking for yourself. When I go grocery shopping, I'm thinking of our children first and then everything else after. So, of course, I got cereal, and they went through a whole box of cereal this week because they're like, oh, we have cereal. Daddy doesn't buy cereal.
Cereal's disgusting.
They like the cereal. It's not sugar cereal either. It's
Cheerios. That's just as bad.
It's the multigrain Cheerios, specifically in the purple box. I don't like any of the other flavors, and neither do our children.
That doesn't make it better because it's in a purple box.
It doesn't matter. That's the kind that we like.
And then there's nothing worse than doing the dishes and crusted Cheerios sitting on the dishes.
Well,
rinse them out.
They wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen if you didn't wait 4 days.
I was in West Palm Beach.
No, you came home to no dishes.
That's because the cleaning lady did them.
No, and I put them up.
All right.
Anyways, so grocery store on Sunday.
First time in years.
Went to the Harris Teeter for my mom because my mom has like just laid up for I don't know weeks now.
She got some foot. Hey, Mom, you're watching us on. Are we as good as the New Heights podcast?
She's so obsessed with them. I love it. I think it's really cute.
She's like, I don't know how. I just watched on YouTube. I'm like, would you watch our podcast on YouTube?
She's like, no, I didn't know you had one.
I subscribed. So she's a new subscriber.
Anyway, Mama's having a tough time. She's recovering though. So I went to Harris Teeter for her, and she didn't even have that much stuff. It might have been like 10 items.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. There had to have been 100 people in there, maybe more. And there were no buggies.
It's because it was full.
Everybody was using a buggy. I had to use one of the little arm thingies, which was fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine because I could move about a little bit easier.
Speaking of that, they say like at Trader Joe's, like it's so busy now that you can't even use buggies in there.
Like I don't want to go there for that reason.
That's Rachel, my PT, was telling me that when she goes to Trader Joe's, like she only uses arm basket because she can't move if she has a buggy. She can't get around.
I just don't see it. There's no chance in the world that I would go there unless it was like I look at their Google times to see if there's ever a time where there's not 900 people in there.
Like
and it's
7 a.m.
Yeah. And I'm not awake, so I'm not going to that.
All right. So anyways, no buggies. Place is full.
Place is full. There's children everywhere. I'm like, did they unload a school bus here?
Kids are bad.
Oh my God. And they're just running amok.
Maggie doesn't like doing anything with kids.
I don't.
She doesn't like going to the store.
I'll go with our children. I do it all the time. Where do you think Penelope and I went to Publix to go get the groceries that you didn't get? Anyway, I have never seen that many people in a store since we used to shop for Black Friday. Truly.
And we only done that once.
No, we did it we had like a little tradition going where we went every year for like 3 or 4 years when Tanger used to open up before we had kids, and like my whole family would go, and we would it was mainly for people watching. We had a great time. But and now it's like not even a thing, but that's because it's been replaced by Black Sunday. Hence the thing. Because I have never in my life seen that many people just like staring at the nanners. There was 4 people. I was standing in line to pick up a pack of 6 bananas. And I'm like, what world is this? And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I don't watch the news. So is there a storm coming? Because my first thought was like, I mean, global warming is real, and maybe there is a hurricane. Like, I don't know. We're out of hurricane season, but that doesn't mean anything.
Everybody in Charles is leaving.
Yeah. And I was like, what is going on? And so, of course, I did a quick Google search just to see, like, is there a storm coming? Or, I don't know, like, are we fixing to have, like, some sort of port war? I don't know. Like, because that's what it gave me was, like, hurricane vibes.
Or it's just a Sunday in a grocery store.
Exactly.
You think your mom does that every Sunday?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. That was my other thought, was, like, I can't believe that she does this. And why would you go on a Sunday? And, like, just with all of the...
Well, because when people work 9 to 5s...
Yeah.
Like, I love shopping on like a Tuesday at like 8 a.m.
Well, we have the freedom to do that because we work for ourselves.
She does too.
But she could do that too. But so could everybody, like ordering groceries for like pickup. But the other point is people don't, I guess whoever's like going through the produce doesn't go through it the way you would yourself.
I mean, it has its moments. I hate online delivery of groceries.
I love it. I don't even care. It's so great.
We'll save that for next episode.
It's so good. But anyways, I feel for those out there who their only choice is Sunday or Saturday to shop, because it is very anxiety inducing. I can't imagine having to go. And that's my hardship today. Just thinking about it. But, what a level of privilege. My heart breaks for you when you have to go to Harris Teeter on
Sundays. But I will say, it is different because of where this Harris Teeter is located in West Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
It is you have the Lowe's, which honestly, it kind of stinks.
That's the one on Beast Ferry, like at the end.
Yeah. But honestly, the Lowe's is the better one to go to because there's not as many people there. But that Harris Teeter just gets pummeled by Carolina Bay,
Grand
whatever
Oaks,
neighborhood's behind it,
Huntington Woods, Chathamos, and Beast Ferry. They're all right there.
Correct. Those are big neighborhoods. Those aren't little, like, those aren't 200 house neighborhoods.
Yeah, there's thousands of roofs in there.
That Harris Teeter, they did not make, the Harris Teeter, funniest Harris Teeter again. The Harris Teeter, was it Books A Million or whatever the bookstore is?
Books A Million.
What do we have?
Books
Barnes
A
and Noble?
Million.
Is it Barnes and Noble?
Yes.
Books A Million was at the mall. By the mall.
Yeah, where Best Buy is. Oh my God, Books A Million. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Anyways, Steve takes his kid to Barnes and Noble all the time, so they have a blast. So
I always forget about Barnes and Noble because it is, but
my point I'm getting to is that shopping center does not work for that area. Or the parking. There's no parking. There's no way.
Constantly packed. There's not near enough parking there.
Same thing's happening to the Harris Teeter by your parents. Like, there's no, like, it's almost like they should have just built a parking garage where they built a parking lot, because that's the only way that it would suffice itself.
That one for sure by the Barnes & Noble, because the urban sprawl can't push out anymore. There's no other place for parking to go. Whereas around West Ashley Circle, they're not even close to finished developing.
Yeah, they can build
there.
more.
So there'll be more other opportunities for other.
But that's why places. So, like, and the other way around it, I know it costs a little bit more money, but like going to Whole Foods.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue going to Whole Foods.
Well, you love a Whole Foods.
I do. And I tell you, I experienced Lidl for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
pretty impressed with it.
I'm excited for the Aldi that we're going to get on JI.
I know, 2025.
Did you see that they're giving Mount Pleasant a second Trader Joe's?
I did, but I don't go to Trader Joe's, so it doesn't matter to me.
I guess so, but it's just going to give 2 other places for white women to fight for cookie butter, I guess.
With their Suburbans.
White Tahoes, but
There you go. We love Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, so great.
But anyways.
North Mount Pleasant.
Anyways. That's what happens when you go to grocery stores. So for those of you, if you can, grocery shop like normal times. Middle of the week.
You will not catch me in there on a Sunday unless my mama asks me to.
Costco has it right. Well, then do they still have the senior citizen like hour early, or is that during COVID?
I think they still do it. They should.
I mean, it's all like that's. If I could figure out
how do you get in for senior citizen?
Into that? How do I figure out how to get into that? It's like my pool league that
I don't know. You're getting pretty gray.
I know.
You might get close enough.
I'm almost 40, so.
You're not. You've been saying you're almost 40 for like the last 10 years. How old are you now? 37?
Yeah, 2.5 years away. Oh my God. I know. But
we're gonna have to rent. Like, that party is gonna be ridiculous if we're still in this house.
Yeah, for the Barnes, no, we won't. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
Gnarly.
Who knows? All right. So, anyways, and the last thing that we kind of want to talk about is, kind of keep you up with our businesses, is our flipping business. We got a house on the market. Interesting strategy for those of you in this space. We had a house that we did, and we're not a huge fan. The way her and I flip, we prefer to just flip the entire home. We want everything to be new. We want everything to be fresh, everything to feel right. And we feel like anytime that we haven't done it 100% new, it just hasn't.
It never goes our way.
It hasn't gone. I mean, we've had some decent deals go that way. I'm not saying that they're all wrong, but it never works out to the peak that we expect. Like when we flip a property, we expect our price, if not better. But that's when we flip it.
Yeah.
So, and we've gotten our price pretty much.
I'd say like 95% of the time.
The only one that we've never done well with is Niblick. And honestly, we got our price. Nobody would appraise it, or got close to our price.
Yep.
But anyways, we had this house put on the market in September, beginning of October, something like that, of 23, and ton of showings, like 40 plus showings. I see people complaining like, well, we've had 6 showings. And I'm like, well, you're overpriced.
That's not our problem. Yeah.
No, our problem is not showings, and good feedback. Anyways, market was crazy. It was weird, up and down, interest rates. We've all been there. We're all hearing it. No offers. We got one offer. It was low. So didn't take it. And what we decided to do, and we've done this, is now our second winter in a row that we've done this.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a price reduction, because the way we look at it is you have a holding cost and you have a monthly payment essentially. And so depending on how your price reduction is going to go, are you better off holding it for a month and risking it and not dropping the price, or dropping the price? And so we were already at kind of where we wanted to be price wise. And so what we did is we pulled her off the market for 30 days, emptied the entire house. There are a couple small things that we had missed. So we had to touch up those, redid the yard. Maggie restaged it, new photos, put on the market, boom, under contract in 2 days.
Yeah. Insane.
And we ended up making more money doing it that way than we would have done price reduction. Because the other negative with price reductions, which is why you want to price your houses appropriately, is because as an owner or as a buyer sees prices drop, they smell blood in the water.
Yeah, and they start thinking, well, why doesn't anybody want this house?
Or I can get it lower.
Yeah.
I do that. Like if I see price reduction, all right, cool. I'm going to go kick them in the nuts.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm going to offer 50 below and see if I can get into
somewhere in between that
where
number.
they're at emotionally.
Yeah.
And so we chose, and then what happens is most buyers don't go back and look at the past data of the home because Zillow will show it as a brand new listing.
Correct. Their agent, if they're any good, will, but.
Correct. But, so anyways, so that one's under contract. So we're happy for that. March 1st closing.
Really cute couple buying it too.
Yeah.
And they really like the house, which is the other really important thing.
I have some rough neighbors, but her parents, my in-laws. But no, great. So anyways, we got the house on the market. We have another house going on the market. I made an Instagram reel about it yesterday.
I'll be live tomorrow.
Yeah. So when this podcast is live, it'll be on 5808 Sedgefield, the house from hell, the nightmare house. We have owned it for 2 years.
There's got to be one, I feel like, that keep you humble and keep you questioning if you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. I mean, we lost money on a couple of deals. Everybody has, but this one's
rough.
this one's not just about losing money. It's time, it's mental, just everything.
We're just ready for it to be gone because
Yeah.
it feels like it just weighs you down. Like, what amount to feel?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're so over this house.
Yeah.
And what sucks is it's such a cute house. Like, it is huge.
It's almost too big.
It's almost too big for the neighborhood. Like, us walking it, it's like people who are looking for that square footage aren't looking in that neighborhood.
And it's not even square footage. It's only like 18 or 1900 square feet. It's not.
It's 2100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's not like it's a 4,000 square foot home. That doesn't make sense. It's just the way it feels. It feels
really
big.
large.
Yeah, like you can put a lot of stuff, a lot of people, big family.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so it goes on the market Wednesday or Thursday. And then we bought a new house like 10 days ago, right before we went to West Palm, in Carolina Bay. Yeah, Carolina Bay.
Yes. Our old, like 2 streets from where we used to live.
Yeah, right where we used to live. Pretty cool. Got that one from SEO, which is what's called search engine optimization. Basically, somebody found our website from Google and Googled us. We talked to her. It was a little bit of a rocky closing. There were some miscommunications. And it seems to happen whenever we try to do favors for somebody. Like we try to do like a earnest money upfront deposit.
I think it's like we're just too nice. That seems to be a theme that happens in all aspects of our life.
So, and it seems to be those closings are the ones that tend to be a little bit more difficult when it's just like, hey, let's just earnest money to the attorney, clear cut, let's close it. Anyways, we're excited. We got some new partners, new capital partners on that. We're excited to do that one with them. This one's different. We are doing I say a fairly full rehab. We're not touching any of the bathrooms, like not touching any of the tubs or showers.
Right.
But we're going to, we'll redo the trim stuff on them, but we're not like tiling or pulling.
But we are doing a good bit in the kitchen. And
but everything else
all new
will be
flooring,
redone.
all new paint,
new hardware,
new
new appliances.
So it will be kind of like we could call it like an 80% flip.
Well, there's honestly nothing you could do to the flip.
Yeah. It's already like the layout is what it is. It's already a good layout.
The layout's the layout. It's on a slab. You're not moving anything. Like it is.
I am going to be adding some design things of which are going to be like, do we really need to do that? And like, yes, we do.
So, and it's a track home. So
there are some things that we have to add to it to make it feel less like a track home.
Yep.
Which are those feature walls and board and batten and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Give people that makes it feel a little bit more custom and less, like what do they call it? Copy paste.
Yep.
Like they do in those neighborhoods.
And then what else? Lastly, so we got our Briarcliff project. All the permits are approved. Woo. Lumber's delivered, so we're ready to start framing on that project. And then our James Island flip that's by our house is finally kind of starting to make some progress. We got the exterior painted, the porch is built.
It does look really pretty, the color scheme. We
had to fix the framing from a previous contractor. We got all that fixed, and so they're inspecting that today. So hopefully,
amazing.
Hopefully that's moving. So that's kind of a progress where we're at. We have 1 under contract to sell, 1 going on the market, and 4 current projects being renovated.
Nice.
And then we're actually, funny enough, another referral. We're closing on the end of the month or end of February. I can't think of the town. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it.
Monk's Corner.
That's between Goose Creek and Monk's Corner.
Annapolis?
No. For those of you that would know,
Jedburgh.
I call it Strawberry.
Strawberry Station?
You know where Strawberry Station is on Goose Creek? 176. So you turn on Strawberry Station and then it's back there. But there's a little.
That is a name. I can't think of it either.
It's cool. It's like a minute from a lake, I think. There's water. It's a really cool spot.
My geography ends at Monk's Corner. I don't know where anything is.
So we're gonna buy that at the end of the month. Came from a referral from one of our contractors.
Very cool.
And so we need to wrap up a couple projects before we take that one on. So
yeah.
But if anybody's looking to live out there, big house, big lot,
some land.
Not like land wise. I mean, it's just a big lot.
Like an acre, half acre.
Probably 0.4.
Okay, so almost a half acre.
Shop.
That's still a lot of property.
Fully powered shop, welding, hookups, everything.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's made, apparently the person that lived there before him did some welding and stuff, so he left everything. And it's
right. So somebody looking for a little bit of country living, but not completely country.
Yeah, he's like 8 minutes from Goose Creek and probably 7 or 8 minutes from Monk's Corner. He can basically, he turns on a road, take a left, go to Monk's Corner, right, you go to Goose Creek. So
that's I feel like that's kind of a big buyer pool if you think about it.
I think it would make a killer Airbnb.
No.
There's water right there. People are gonna take their I'm not talking about for us. I really. Like,
just like in general. I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
it'll be a summertime one, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be a summertime one.
Specific.
There seems to be ones that keep popping up over around like Bono Beach. But that is a specific Airbnb area just in general. Like you kind of want to go in the country and like do country things.
Yeah. So.
Again, it should be themed.
Country things.
Country things.
All right. Anyways, well, that's episode 3. That's a good wrap.
Woohoo.
Let's go. Have a good day.
Yeah. Hope everybody else has a good day. All 11 of you.
All
or 12 of you.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So, anyways, peace.
Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe. Smash that like button. Bye.